So Donald Trump has a new idea. Or rather, a very old one. He says he wants to revive the Monroe Doctrine. And if you're thinking, wait, isn't that from the 1800s? Yes, it is. Because nothing says modern leadership like digging through the national attic and finding a 200-year-old foreign policy covered in cobwebs. Alright, quick history refresher. Back in 1823, President James Monroe basically told Europe, stay out of the Western Hemisphere. No colonizing, no interfering, no funny business. And at the time, it made sense. Latin American countries were newly independent, and Europe was still in the colonizing things as fun phase. But here's the twist. Over the next 200 years, the U.S. used the Monroe Doctrine not just to keep Europe out, but to keep Latin America in line. And in line often meant installing leaders we preferred, toppling governments we didn't like, and pretending we were doing everyone a favor. America, bringing democracy one coup at a time. Trump claims reviving the Monroe Doctrine is about protecting America. Because today, the big player in Latin America is not Spain or France. It's China. China's building roads, buying mines, owning ports, investing billions across South America. Let me translate reviving the Monroe Doctrine into plain English. 1. More U.S. interference in Latin American politics, left-leaning governments. Trump will pressure them, anti-U.S. leaders. He'll threaten them. Anyone who signs a Chinese trade deal, prepare for tariffs and sanctions. 2. A justification for military action near or inside Mexico. Trump has already floated, sending U.S. forces across the border to fight cartels. A revived Monroe Doctrine gives him a historical excuse. 3. Rebranding Latin America as an American sphere of influence, which Latin American countries absolutely hate. They've spent decades telling the U.S., stop bossing us around. The Monroe Doctrine was written when people traveled by horse, and the hottest technology was the steamship. Trying to use it today is like trying to solve TikTok misinformation by reviving the Pony Express. This isn't about safety. This is about control. It's about telling the world, Trump is in charge of the hemisphere, whether you like it or not. So if you hear Trump brag about reviving the Monroe Doctrine, just remember, it's a roadmap for more aggressive foreign policy, more intervention, and possibly more military conflict. Because when Trump digs up an old policy, he doesn't revive it like a museum piece. He revives it like Dr. Frankenstein. And if he brings back the Monroe Doctrine, you'd better believe he's planning to use it. If you learned something, or if you're just tired of presidents acting like 19th century empire builders, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who thinks the Monroe Doctrine is a new Netflix sci-fi series.